Remain. Congratulations. I can't tell you how pleased I am for you. All 4 cases resolved at last.
Yes. And completely to my satisfaction.
Well, this is quite an occasion.
It's indeed.
And you're confident that the investigators will accept your findings?
Oh, yes. Yes, I should think so. After all, I can offer them proof positive in every case.
But this means a totally new breakthrough.
Oh, yes, totally. And I think perhaps a celebration drink would not be out of place.
That's splendid. And again, my congratulations. Let's take a look at these rather special visitors of yours.
Is it feeding time already?
My name is Paul.
Hello, Paul.
Have you got any bones? I need lots.
This case encouraged me tremendously to go on with my theory. Being a child, his mind was totally clear of confusions and doubts. Oh, yes. Paul's case was very simple.
Hey, why will you promote the grouse? The same old ground, over and over.
Out of all your crawling company cronies, you ignored any conversation of mine that might have been of benefit to your aspirations.
Too right. You should see yourself when you fancy you're in command. Setting your husband up with your seemingly helpful concern and then positively castrating him with your ignorant superiority. It's something that I will not tolerate.
Dare you talk to me like that?
I'm going to bed.
Oh, yes. Now, don't you stand up for an argument you know you're going to lose. Off you go. You go to sleep. and you pretend that I've shut up.
I wish you would do that. Bloody well, shut up!
They're being hateful, Gay. I wish they could be nice. I'm sorry about them, but I know you understand. Let's try and go to sleep again. Night, night. Pleasant dreams.
Morning, Philippe.
Good morning, Mrs. Patterson.
Hasn't Paulie been in for his lessons yet?
Oh, no, I thought he was having breakfast with you and Mr. Patterson.
No, he had breakfast with Mrs. Matthews in the kitchen this morning. They had rather a late night, and I needed the rest. When he comes in, will you give him my love? Tell him I'd go back to bed for a while.
Yes, Mrs. Patterson. Will you be having lunch with him?
Yes, I may join you both.
He would like that.
No, go back. Go and sit my room for a while.
I do wish you could do something about stopping all this nonsense.
A lot of only children feel the need to invent an imaginary friend. It's perfectly healthy.
Take care now, bye.
There you are. How's my big boy this morning?
I'm very well. You don't look too well, Mummy.
No, well, I've got a bit of a headache. Did you eat your breakfast up?
Yes, I did. But Mrs. Matty wouldn't give me what I asked for my friend. He's very hungry, Mummy.
Well, we'll soon take care of that. I'll tell her to give you an enormous bowl of cornflakes.
Cornflakes isn't any good. He doesn't like flakes, or porridge, or eggs even.
He's a very fussy friend. Why can't he eat what other little boys eat?
He isn't another little boy. He says he'd like some meat, please, and bones and things. He has to have lots of it, because he's very big.
My goodness, what is he? An Alsatian?
Oh, no. It's a tiger.
What are you doing out there?
Don't be long, will you? Then we can have a game before we go to sleep.
Paulie.
Don't do that. You won't be able to come in again.
Who?
Mr. Tiger.
Now listen, darling. Look, Mummy doesn't mind you playing games and pretending you've got this friend called Mr. Tiger. But you mustn't use him as an excuse to be naughty now, must you?
But he isn't pretend. He's real. And he likes to be here with me at night. He's only gone for a walk.
Well, then he can come again and see you tomorrow, can't he?
But he's always here at night. He tells me lovely stories when I can't go to sleep. He's all warm and furry. He's my friend.
That's what. You stop being silly and you jump into bed. Now, come on, jump in, jump in. Come on. What's that? What on earth is this doing here? Now, did Mrs. Matthews give this to you?
Yes, after tea. He doesn't like things like that. I told you.
Oh, and what is this?
Oh, please leave that, Mummy. It's a surprise for his supper. Mrs. Matthews saved it for me from the kitchen. He'll love those.
Oh, I give in. All right, you can give them to him tonight, but I'm having them cleared out in the morning.
You are funny, Mummy.
Why, what do you mean?
Well, he'll have eaten them in the morning, so there won't be anything to clear away.
Yes, all right.
You can take bread and stuff.
Oh, thanks very much.
Mummy, please leave the window open.
No. Now, if Mr. Tiger wants to come in, he can use the front door like all the rest of us. If I see him, I'll send him out.
He doesn't want you to see him, he said.
There's something you're going to have to work out between you. Sam? Sam, is that you?
Just getting some things out of the car.
You didn't have to leave the door wide open, did you?
Hello! You haven't been long. I was worried, though, because of the window. Did you come in from downstairs? I hope nobody saw you. I've got some supper for you. Bones like you wanted. Here you are. Is it all right? Good. I thought you'd enjoy that.
Good night, Sam.
Night.
Goodbye. Take care.
Bye, lovely to see you. Sam. Sam, I must talk to you. I'm out of my mind with worry.
I was telling Philip about you today. He said it was very tragic how people haven't been looking after tigers. He said you were very, rare. I think it means sad. I think a lot of people must be rare.
Ridiculous.
I'm glad you don't mind Philip. I know what you mean about Mummy and Daddy, though.
I deal with him, you deal with him yourself.
Do tigers like music?
If you took a little more interest in the child, I wouldn't have to worry so much.
You don't worry about him, Faye. You use him like a weapon.
You'd better not listen to them. It only makes you cross.
Is there any wonder the child behaves strangely? You pamper him like a hothouse flower. He's a boy, Faye, a boy, not a lapdog.
He is delicate, and you know it.
Delicate, my eye. You use that word like it was a religion. He is not delicate. Send him to school. Rough him up a bit. I'd bless the day he came home with a dirty face and a bloody nose. You've tried everything you know how to keep him to yourself, but you still haven't made it, have you? You're threatened by a tiger. A bloody non-existent tiger.
I think that's enough for today, Paul. Hey, it's time for tea.
I asked Mr. Tiger to have tea with us today.
Good. Is he coming?
Well, no. He said he'd like to see you, but he can't.
Why do you think that is?
Well, he's pleased about you, but he can't come because he's not pleased about Mummy and Daddy.
He's not pleased.
Oh, no. He hates them. Hello. Are you still hungry? Good. I knew chocolate cake wouldn't be any good, so I got this. I took it out of the fridge. They might not notice. Come on, let's have it in our room.
Thought you were coming home early.
The meeting took longer than I expected.
Meeting, of course. Anything's more important than your home. I want you to come upstairs with me now.
All right, all right. Give me a chance to get in. What's the matter now?
A lot. And this time I want you to sort it out.
Faye, could I possibly remove my overcoat before we start this particular evening's performance? What the hell's going on?
It's Paulie. He has become unmanageable, and I am expected to cope with it all by myself.
Oh, come on. You're exaggerating this out of all proportion.
I don't believe it. How could he?
What the hell is...
That's it. That does it. God knows that child
what
has
is
everything
this?
the child could want. Now, Sam,
Calm down and
you
explain.
have got to do something.
Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night. I love that one. What does fearful symmetry mean?
You're afraid, and you have always been afraid to face it.
So what the hell do you want me to do?
I want you to speak now. Go in and speak.
You're his mother? Have you tackled him with it?
No, you're his father, and I think you should do it. I tell you, I can't cope with him on my own anymore. Not only does he think he's got some tiger in there that's his best friend, but he leaves the window open night and day so the bloody thing can go walkies. He's been ripping up blankets, hacking at doors. This whole house stinks of meat and old bones. And now he's stolen. Yes, he has stolen a joint of meat from the refrigerator.
All right. Come on, let's get it over with.
Paulie? Now, I want you to listen to what Daddy has to say. Look, we're both very worried about your being so naughty. Darling, you must stop all this nonsense.
All right, Faye. You wanted me to speak to Paul, so let me handle it. Now, Paul, first of all, I want to know what this is all about. It may have started off as a game, but now you're simply telling lies. I mean, it isn't possible that you could keep a tiger in the house. It just isn't possible.
I told you he hated them. And then he went away.
It was harder in this next case to discover the patient's reasoning. When I'd worked it out, it added a whole new dimension to my theory. This is Timothy.
Hello, Timothy.
I killed Uncle Albert, but he made me do it.
It wasn't Uncle Albert that anybody questioned him about.
Amazing, isn't it? The things some people hang on to. Yeah, it must have been lying around in that attic for years.
There should be room in that alcove, just over there.
Right. I wouldn't fancy me chances of one of these things, I must say. Is that everything?
Yes, Mr. Patrick. You'll have a nice little job sorting this lot out, though.
Think anyone will buy this?
You never know.
Wouldn't get very far. The wheels don't go round.
It's very old. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's all right, sir. Thank you.
What's this? Uncle Albert. Hello, Uncle Albert.
Bye, then. Thank you. Well, that didn't take so long, did it? Timmy!
Ta-da! Presenting Uncle Albert.
One of these days, I'll brain you. Who's Uncle Albert, anyway?
Oh, I don't know. One of Aunt Kate's various relatives. Dear old Aunt Kate. I only met her half a dozen times in the whole of my life. She had masses of furniture. Leave it all to me in your will, I said, never dreaming that she would. Well, bless her, she certainly doubled the stock of Timothy A. Patrick antiques. We'd better make a start sorting all this out, I suppose.
Hey, don't you forget you're going to take me to the theatre tomorrow night.
No, of course I won't. If you give me a hand with this, then I'll give you a lift home.
Okay. Any of this stuff you want to keep as a kind of memento?
Hmm? Oh, I don't know. I haven't thought of it. Some nice pieces. If I can sell them, I shall. It's not as though there's anything here that's anything to do with my life.
No, well, want some coffee?
Yes. forgotten about you two. Who do you belong to, I wonder? So, that's, penny farthing. Victorian. Good afternoon.
Come, let's walk a little. Sometimes I think this is all we'll ever have. Afternoons in the park. Every week, every month, even into years, until we're old and grey. What will you think of me then, I wonder?
You would have stopped caring for me long before such a time could arrive.
Oh, I'll never stop caring for you.
Nor I for you. At the moment I have nothing to give you but my love.
Well, love is everything to me. lights on last night.
Oh, I'm sorry, I should have cleared that up.
You all right?
Yes, fine.
You look very tired to me.
Yes. Didn't sleep, actually. At least I don't think I did. I'm not sure.
What's the matter?
Oh, I wasn't going to tell you. It's so ridiculous, but something very strange happened last night. Well, I think it did.
What do you think it did?
Well, I was working. It was quite late, and I was playing around with the bicycle with a penny farthing, and I got on it.
Well?
It took me somewhere.
What do you mean it took you somewhere?
Away, out of here, into another time and place, an earlier time.
Come on. Darling, you're imagining things.
I don't know.
Of course it was your imagination. You were tired. You've been talking about your aunt's old things. You were half asleep, and your mind played tricks with you.
Yes, you're right, of course. It was very...
Darling, you're just working too hard, that's all. You need a good sleep. Why don't you go back up to bed? I'll clear up here and wake you later.
All right. You sure you can manage?
Yes, of course I can. I'll leave the closed sign up and get on with it.
Thanks. I haven't forgotten we're going to the theatre tonight. You need a good holiday.
Beatrice?
Albert.
Beatrice, oh, my love, what is it?
Someone might see us. Let's move away.
Beatrice, whatever is wrong? Please, please, tell me. I can't bear to see you so dreadfully unhappy.
It's nothing really. I'm just being very foolish.
What has happened?
You'll think me such a silly if I tell you.
I won't. Beatrice, please tell me, what is it?
Well, it's just that I had a dream, and it was so real, and yet I couldn't understand it. I dreamt that you did something to destroy our happiness.
Never.
And that we never saw each other again. Timmy! I'm back! Timmy, darling, you ready? Timmy? It wasn't there a minute ago when I looked. It wasn't there, and now it is.
It took me away again. To the other time. A time of its own. I didn't imagine it. It did happen. And the picture. The picture of Uncle Albert. It has something to do with Uncle Albert. The penny farthing was his, and when I'm there, I become Albert. I am Albert. She calls me by his name. And I have to meet her again. I know that I will go there again. The penny farthing will force me.
Darling, destroy it.
No, I can't.
Of course you can.
No.
Darling, you're here and now. It's only a stupid penny farthing. 2 days ago you didn't even know it existed. You've got to destroy it. I'll destroy it before it destroys you.
I can destroy it. I will destroy it. And you.
But tell me, Tremaine, surely you don't consider those...
I promise everything will be explained in good time.
That these are incidents that your patients could not have been aware of.
But you forget, I've been playing the detective to a remarkable extent. Only I am aware of each case in its entirety. No more questions now.
Does anybody in here love me?
His name's Brian.
Good evening, Brian.
I said, does anybody in here love me?
Brian's case was the first one that gave me an inkling into what might be achieved. What do you think? Found it in the woods. Bloody heavy. I thought we could do something with it.
It's filthy.
I'll clean it up.
Absolutely filthy.
Well,
It's enormous.
so's the house.
Brian, the house is full of things waiting to be done something with. Rocks and stones and shells. Heaven knows what. Brian? What are you doing, Brian?
I thought it would look interesting in here.
As what?
As nothing, just interesting. You'll see. Your artistic sympathies will leap to the fore and you'll be mad about it. Any coffee?
I made you some juice.
Oh, there's the papers, the cigarettes. And I bought you some chocolates.
Oh, you know I'm on a diet. Oh, Brian. That's all I need. A dirty great tree in my living room.
Don't worry. You make some coffee and I'll clean it all out. The tree and the carpet. Great. Just great.
Here's your coffee. Brian!
What?
It's making such a mess.
I'll hoover it up in a minute. It's going to be marvelous.
You're not going to keep it, are you?
Yes?
In the house?
Yes. Look, what do you make of this? 7 backwards E W.
M frontwards. E L. Mel.
Mel, of course. His name's Mel.
Whose?
The trees.
Well, what makes you think it's a he? Looks definitely feminine to me.
Could be, could be. Whatever her name, you must admit there's something about her.
There's something about her, all right. I don't think I like it.
Character, that's what she has. When I've finished, she'll look a lot happier. And quite beautiful. Do you mind if I go down to the pub? Well, do you?
Do I what?
Do you mind? I said I'm going up to the pub for half an hour. Is that all right, or do you want to come with me?
No, darling, I don't think so. I think I'd better get some lunch together.
I want to pop up and see Mike. He said he'd be there. I shan't be long, okay?
Okay. What are you going to do about that mess?
I'll clean it up when I get back. Just leave it. It really won't be long. Let's have a lazy afternoon, shall we?
Lovely. Bye.
Bye.
Well, if you think you're going to be moving in here for any length of time, I'm afraid you're going to be wildly disappointed. I've never liked sharing with other women. In the meantime, however...
Who moved you?
It's about as attractive as a petrified forest. How am I supposed to move it to clean? It must weigh a ton.
It does. So don't move it again on your own, or you'll strain yourself.
What do you mean, move it again? I haven't touched the bloody thing. For God's sake, stop playing games. That's about all I can stand.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. I'm just a bit jumpy, that's all. I'll make some coffee. Want one?
Sure, we might as well both get smashed if you're really looking for trouble. Bella.
Look, I don't want to have a row. I really don't. But I do not like that thing. And I do not like your attitude in completely ignoring that fact.
How can you get so neurotic over a perfectly delightful little tree?
It isn't a tree.
Well, a piece of a tree. A perfectly natural piece of a tree.
It isn't natural.
What do you mean?
It's unnatural. It's sawn off and upside down and ugly. I think it's vile, so don't tell me that we've got to keep it.
You're being ridiculous. You were telling me it's you or her next. One of us will have to go. You've been spoiling for a fight for weeks, but I didn't think you were this anxious.
You bastard!
Oh, lovely. Here we go.
Watch the movie on television.
You do that.
It's a Western.
All right. I'll come in a little while. You get some rest, darling.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Great. Now, clean up the mess. Into the bedroom. And see if we can sway Her Majesty's displeasure.
Hey, Brian. Somebody up here loves you.
Someone in here love me? Language of love. I don't know what a chrysanthemum means.
Come to bed. It's sawn off and upside down and ugly. I think it's vile, so don't tell me that we've got to keep it.
You're being ridiculous.
What the hell do you want to go and do that for? All right, all right. Let's get it cleared up and out of here.
There we are, then. You poor little thing. I never dreamed she'd get so angry. Goodbye, my lovely. Sorry.
Hello? Does anybody in here love me? I'm back. It's all done. Does anybody in here love me? Darling, the weather's cleared up. It's a beautiful night now. Hey.
You might have waited up for me. Nobody will ever hurt you again, Mal. Language of love. I don't know what a chrysanthemum means, but I mean I adore you.
Tremaine, how do you think you will present your findings to the investigators? They're bound to discredit you.
This last case was a battle for me. So much research. I had to prove it because it seemed impossible. But when I had completed it, I knew what could be achieved. Her name is Oriel. It was difficult, you see, because Oriel herself didn't know the truth. She was utterly confused.
I'm giving the most divine party. You just simply must come, won't you?
I had to find out what happened for her and fit the pieces together.
At my death, which is fast approaching, the evil god Mamalu demands a final and most terrible obedience from you, my son.
I have ever known this, but never what I must do, or why.
Tell me, have you lived your life faithfully by the instruction of Mamalu?
I have lived in a state of celibacy as I was taught as a child. I have touched no woman, taken no alcohol, and smoked neither tobacco nor drugs. Be sure of it.
Then I must tell you now. Take the god stick in your hands. If you succeed, you will receive upon this earth an inheritance of supernatural power, and my soul will ascend to Gekolana and rest in peace.
And if I fail?
Then we are doomed. You and I both. Our two souls will be cast from the leaping place to suffer eternal torment in the underworld. Chemo! Chemo!
Don't be afraid, Mother. I shall carry out whatever must be done.
What shall I tell them? Tell them to go to hell, Vera. I'll call you back. You'll be sorry. I told you no calls from the office today. You will be sorry. I will. Your star client and his secretary are arriving 3 days early. Chemo? When? Would you believe? This afternoon? Oh, good. Oh, God. Food's ordered, the flowers are arranged, and I've booked their hotel, so that's about... I'm just wild about this party idea, and I think Chemo will really adore it, don't you? Why not? I want it to be simply gorgeous. Now, it's got to be a complete surprise. Where's Ginny? Sunbathing. Ah. Ginny? 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 Ginny, up you get. Mother needs some help. Ginny?
What do you want, Mummy?
I want to talk to you about tonight.
What about tonight?
You and I, my love, are going to take Chemo out to the theater and then out to supper.
What about my holiday?
Darling, don't go on about that. I told you. I don't like you trailing out with a bunch of God knows what on some kind of a hippie jaunt.
They're not a load of God knows what, Mother. They're my
friends. I know,
friends.
they're your friends, but nevertheless, as you don't even have the courtesy to tell me where you're going or who you're going with, well, just forget it, darling. It's just not on.
Oh, Mummy, please let me go. It's all arranged for tomorrow night, and they're expecting me to
They'll
leave
have to survive
with them.
without you, love. I'm sorry. Now, about tonight.
Do I have to come?
Darling, you'd be doing me a great favor. I want to entertain Chemo and his secretary. They'll think you're gorgeous. You can wear that new dress.
What's so special about Chemo?
Darling, I told you weeks ago. I fixed a marvelous deal for the screen rights of his new book. And he's coming to London. And I have a divine idea for a party. A surprise. It's going to be a, Hawaiian feast, a luau. With flowers and music and food baked in the ground. Oh, really, darling, it's going to be marvelous, and I need you here to help me. And you'll come to supper tonight. Oh, Chemo, I forgot you don't. Ginny. Well, perhaps you shouldn't.
Special occasion?
Well, a little, but no more. I could be jailed for bringing you here.
I didn't realize that Ginny was quite so...
She isn't. She still has another term at school. But come the holidays, and out they blossom.
Mother.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I forget we don't talk about how old we are.
Either of us.
Chemo. I'm so glad you're here. But it seems like I've got to work contractual miracles to get you this side of the water.
Have you read Chemo's new book?
No. But I shall now.
I'm flattered.
I might even ask you to autograph a copy.
For you, that would be an honor. To Virginia, with much love.
Wow.
Why don't you order coffee for all of us, hmm? I think you can manage that, can't you, darling? While Chemo dances with me.
With pleasure. She's become quite a beauty.
Thank you. I think you're supposed to add like her mother.
I'm so glad I came out tonight. It makes up for not being allowed to go away with my friends.
Well, dear, I decided you can.
Really?
Yes, you can go tomorrow as planned.
Oh, Mummy, that's marvelous. Thank you very much.
What's this? Are we to lose the lovely Virginia?
Afraid so.
And where are you going?
That, it would appear, has to be a secret from everybody. Chemo, you must be very tired. I'll see to it that we get right back to the hotel. How is it, by the way?
Well, it's... Oh. It's fine.
I think you both should come and stay at the house. Yes, of course. You can move in tomorrow morning.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of such an intrusion.
Good morning. Oh, this is so nice. I'm so glad you decided to come. I'll show you 2 rooms. Now, Kyoki, I'm depending on you to see to it that Chemo gets a complete rest. In fact, the both of you do just whatever you want. There's a pool in the garden, and, well, the both of you can just feel free.
Good morning.
Ah, the recuperative powers of youth. As fresh as the morning dew and quite delectable.
Thank you, kind sir. Come on, I'll show you both to your rooms. Would you like to go for a swim this afternoon?
Won't you be getting ready to go on your holiday?
Oh, I've done all that. My time, gentlemen, is yours.
I'd never have believed it.
What?
Ginny thought she'd be in bed until at least midday. Not only is she up and about, but she is packed, cheerful, and positively good-humored.
Well, not exactly the ugliest man in the world, would you say?
Me? But, darling, he's a client. Oh, how the hell are we going to keep this luau a surprise with the 2 of them in the house?
Do you have many boyfriends?
Oh, yes. But they're just boys. Friends. I wouldn't want to marry any of them.
No lovers?
Lovers? Oh, you mean... Well, not exactly.
It pleases me to hear it.
Why? Do you care?
I care very much.
I was wondering if there's any work you would like to go through.
No, none at all. I've been promised a leisurely day, and I mean to take it. Virginia and I are going for a drive in the car. So if you'd be good enough, Kyoki, to work on the preparations, and we'll discuss them later.
Of course. I think I know what is required.
The preliminaries should be quite simple. In fact, I don't think we'll have any difficulty in carrying out our program.
I'll tell them we're going out. You won't be long.
I'll be right down.
Will she be the one?
Yes.
I'll make the arrangements.
So, who are you going away with tonight? Or am I not allowed to know?
Promise not to tell.
I'll never breathe a word.
I'm flying to the south of France with no one. I'm going by myself. You see, some friends of mine have a villa in Juan-les-Pins. Well, it belongs to someone's parents, but they won't be there.
But your friends will be.
That's right. And they're not actually expecting me, so I shall just arrive alone.
What kind of a butcher is he if he can't
That's
even...
what he says. He told you yesterday that it might be too short notice, and is there something else he can send to the party instead?
But it has to be a pig, darling. Hasn't it?
It was your idea to have this Polynesian party. He says there is no pig and there's nothing he can do about it. He says if you want a large amount of anything else, could you order it now?
Well, I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Not at all. We're just trying to sort out a small problem. Nothing hysterical.
What about the butcher?
Oh, you have a troublesome butcher.
Oh, not really, poor soul. It's just that he... Kiyoki. Dear, dear Kiyoki. I'm just going to have to take you into my confidence, but not a word to Kimo.
I could go to the south of France later on. I'd hate being away when you're here. Perhaps I won't go tonight.
You must go,
Why?
because you are very lovely. And you're far too young for me to fall in love with.
No, I'm not.
Ginny, you were right when you said that I'd never found the right woman. It may sound ridiculous, but already I feel very deeply for you.
I don't think it's ridiculous at all. Even last night I felt that there was something. But why do you want me to go away?
If you do exactly what your mother expects and go tonight, I have only a few more days to spend here. I could come and join you, and then we could go somewhere together. That is, if you'd want to.
Do you really mean that?
Yes.
But it doesn't have to be a pig at all. Red meat is just as good. When it arrives, I shall prepare it for you myself. I have a very special way of doing it.
Kiyoki, you are heaven sent.
Do you want to make love to me?
Of course I do.
Kiss me then.
I think we ought to be getting back to the house. They'll be wondering where we are.
Will I be able to see you alone again before I go?
Yes. Now listen carefully. Don't order a cab for the time when you're going to leave, but say that you have done.
Kiyoki, what would we have done without you?
Only too glad to be of help. Now, this afternoon, we'll find a good place in the garden to dig the earth oven and prepare it. Then you'll have plenty of free time tomorrow.
Marvelous. Now, how long will all that take to cook?
Oh, leave that to me. I shall see to it in the afternoon. Everything will be ready at exactly the right time.
In that case, I shall leave it all in your hands. Come along, Vera. Let's finish off with this.
Mamalu, kuau I mua o. Malama, awina, alumakua.
Certain, Kiyoki, that Kibben went out again. When if he sees you digging that earth oven, he'll guess right away, won't he?
Oh, it's all right. He said he felt like a long walk, so I suggested he went down to the center to buy some things I need from the wine store.
Oh, but darling, won't he wonder why you need them?
No, I told him I was going to make you in a wine punch. He has no idea it's for a luau.
Mummy, my taxi hasn't turned up yet.
Hasn't it, dear?
Well, it should have been here by now.
I would be delighted to take Ginny to the airport if I may borrow a car.
That would be great. But you promise not to ask where I'm going.
I promise your destination will remain a secret with me, always.
Kyoki went away. He said he'd come back and pick me up in about half an hour.
Have some wine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're nervous, don't you?
Oh, not really. Well, I suppose I am just a little. It's just that I can't really believe all this is happening.
I understand.
It's all right, though. I feel better already. Will you miss me in the next few days?
We won't really be parted. After tonight, we'll be together in our destiny.
Our destiny? You make me sound very important.
Only you can make my life worth living.
Kimo! Kimo! Kimo!
Don't be afraid, Mother. I will do what has to be done.
Kimo, you must carry out a human sacrifice, and no blame or suspicion must be laid upon you. You must slay, with the sacrificial knife, a maiden of whose virginity there is no doubt.
You are sure, Kimo? Really sure?
Of course.
It's just that you seem different in some way.
I am no different. I am as I must be, as Mama Lou would have me.
Kimo,
Stand up, Ginny. Come closer to me. Take off your dress. Take off your dress, Ginny. You must show yourself to Mama Lou.
Mama Lou.
He's waiting for you, Ginny. He must see your face, body, and soul.
His eyes cannot see.
Open his eyes. Show him your body.
His eyes cannot see.
Because you do not show him your soul. Can you hear and understand me, Ginny?
Yes.
Then be still. From now on, you can make no sound, nor make any move for your own will. We will offer your soul to Mama Lou. Mama Lou.
There you are, darling. Come in and have a drink. But of course you don't.
No, thank you very much. I took the liberty of having another swim in your pool. I hope you don't mind.
I told you I want you to do whatever you like. Come in, darling.
I ought to go upstairs and change.
Don't be silly. Come in and sit down, for heaven's sake. We haven't had one good conversation since you got here. is well set up. The TV shows, the luncheon. I don't think you have a thing to worry about.
What would I do without you?
Well, I shouldn't confess it, but your career is hardly difficult to manage. In fact, you're a model client. So much so that one wonders what you do with the rest of your life.
Ariel, you make me sound very boring. Oh, you're perfectly correct. But I'm beginning to realize there's more to life than just work and certain responsibilities. In fact, I think quite soon I may surprise you.
Is it done? Yes, and well hidden.
And the remainder?
Tomorrow, I have simply to dispose of the original ingredient and substitute the sacrifice, which is identically prepared. Tomorrow is the night of Malia's new moon. If all goes well, she will rest in peace.
Going quite nicely, don't you think? Oh, I do hope Kimo likes it.
He's delighted.
Oh, you've been such a great help, Kyoki. Your Hawaiian punch is absolutely delicious. Now listen, as soon as Kimo gets here, we are going to begin. Oh, Jenny's going to be so sorry that she's missed this. Not that she's even bothered to phone, of course.
Oh, I am sorry. But will you excuse me? I have a little officiating to do.
Come along, everybody. Time to leave. Come along. Enjoy.
Mamalu, kuau I mua o, uahai ka mohai, hoko aui ke kaoha hopeloa.
After the killing, at the night of the following new moon, you must dress in the ceremonial robes.
O ke kai ka mahine.
You must burn some hair from the maiden's head.
Awina.
All this you must carry out in the sight and company of at least 7 people.
Eike maka. Eike maka. Eike maka. Eike maka. Eike maka. Eike maka. e lawe I keia pana I, I mea e ukuai.
It is a gift to the lady of the house. You must say, I accept the token.
I accept the token.
Mamalu.
Manamaluna.
Lastly, at the ceremony, you must eat of the maiden's flesh.
Mamalu. Marvelous, darling. Marvelous. By the way, has Ginny phoned yet? Oh, I do hope she does. I'd hate to have her miss the party.
That night, Oriel could not be separated from the doll. It became a constant obsession. The investigating authorities sent her to a private nursing home for treatment. They took the doll away from her. She became, as you see her now.
This is the most preposterous thing I've ever heard. You don't seriously expect me to believe that that is what happened.
I think you'll understand. In a moment.
You present these stories as the cause and effect of the patient's state of mind. But surely they are fantasy. I'm sorry. They are preposterous.
I've told you. I have proof positive in every case.
Then for God's sake, explain.
Each story is simply true.
Then prove it. And not only to me, but to the investigators.
I can do so. Of course, but...
Why hesitate?
Up until now, apart from the patients, I'm the only person to have seen the truth. I was prepared for it. Of course, I wanted to see it. I don't know how such a revelation would affect the mind of another human being.
Then show me. Your findings must be seen to be believed.
It was simply a question of truth. Take truth for a moment to be an entity. If it is seen to have substance, we believe it. But watch. To some people, truth manifests itself as belief, devoid of normal reasoning. We accept this and qualify it in analysis, even though the matter remains unseen. Now do you believe it? Thank God you've seen it. It has to be seen to be believed.
Tremaine, there is nothing there. Nothing has happened.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, man, you can see. See for yourself.
I'm sorry. I'm so frightfully sorry, old friend.
You don't understand. I proved my theory!
We all hoped that we were wrong.